If you are anything like me and are just thinking, did we miss Earth Day? Yeah, I think we did. There's a reason. You have a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in and a world we live in. Outdoor everything, outdoor galaxy that we live in. Odd, nerdy kind of thing. Having coffee with a dear member of my tribe, and yesterday at 4-ish, and he was talking about something. I don't know. He's up there. He's up there in years, and he has this thought that he's kind of piecing out as we're sitting down at the table, and he was talking about either a satellite, I think it was a satellite or a rover or something that is now outside outside of our galaxy. Cool. And I was like, this guy's just rambling on about, I don't know what he's talking about. And he said, isn't it cool? What's up, Lent? Isn't it cool that we have something man-made that is now outside of our galaxy? Well, my mind just blew up. I didn't know where he's going with it, but I'm really glad he got there because that was totally cool. So anyway, that's something totally. So, the outdoor playground of the state that we live in and the world that we live in and now galaxy that we live in, that there's stuff beyond. Very Star Trekky. But thanks. Apparently we missed Earth Day. That was on Monday. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, I saw this interesting article, and I wanted to talk to you about it because it has to do with really adventuring and getting kids involved. And it also has to do with survival. Okay, now I got you right. You got kids involved. Outdoors, survival. Let's get to it. How about this? 16 stranded hikers are rescued in Oregon after inclement weather and something else prevented them from hiking out. A group of adults and teens were hiking the Rogue River Trail. Rogue beer, by the way, fantastic. And blisters and inclement weather kept them from going any further, and the sheriff's office had to come intervene. There is so much going on and so much to unpack just in that little thing in our own outdoor world. One, it's inclement weather. I want you to be very, very careful as monsoon season approaches. And I'm not being, you better, watch this. Your dad said. We lose people almost every year, I believe, due to flash flooding and in the most scenic, most beautiful places in our state. And that can all be avoided by understanding how floods work, understanding, paying attention to the weather reports, and really kind of mapping out where you're going to be. You see, these people that took kids, you see where I'm going with this, took kids out, had absolutely no idea, or, it's, what is this, like Caddyshack? I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a while. I'd keep playing. No, you see weather like this that stops you and about, I believe, half dozen other people. You see that as a potential. It's time for Plan B. And we can do a whole show. We can do a whole series of shows on backup plans for adventure. Totally. There's video games, by the way, is one of them. Yeah, how about that for a preview? How about that for a little teaser? But now, and if it's just me, say it's me and Eddie out there, say it's me and Lynn, me and my girlfriend, me and my kids. Me and my buddies. Guess what? Okay, it's on us. But if we're taking kids, now we can tough it out. Kids? I don't know about all this. How about this? This is absolutely big. You're talking about adults and children. Ready? They got an SOS call on a couple days ago, and from some guys in Garmin InReach, which is fantastic, and said that the kids could not continue due to weather and due to blisters. Blisters was the big thing. This is a 40-mile trail. You heard that right. This is a 40-mile trail. Well, I wouldn't even take my kids on a 4-mile trail. And I have one kid that's an adult. I wouldn't take him on a 4-mile trail. Heck, I did the Yarnell Trail, and I was about a mile or in, and I was gone. I was done. I was like, I just can't. My head was getting light, and I was getting a little dizzy. Time to turn back around. Try to attack this at a different time. So I know obviously they weren't there. We're going for the whole 40 miles, but still, this is a daunting program. They had to launch a sheriff's boat to go get them. You take kids, pay attention to the weather. Now, here's a little pro tip for you. When I say pay attention to the weather, pay attention to yesterday, the day before, and the day before's weather. Go 3-4 days back. That's the weather you need to pay attention to when you are dealing with flash floods, especially here in Arizona. You go all the way back and realize, oh my gosh, they got like 3 inches of rain up there. Okay, guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to be down here and where that water's coming. Okay? So that's an important thing. Oh, it's sunny. It's beautiful. Let's go on a hike. Whoa. Hold on a second. Didn't it just rain up there? Yeah, let's maybe do something else. Maybe we'll go down the road, go camping, something. Hiking might not be in the cards if we're dealing with streams and a waterway. So that's Arizona. In Oregon, it's just, okay, those are some pretty beefy clouds. Let's go ahead and take the kids to a trampoline park or something like that. Yeah. Let's take them out geocaching. Let's just get outside. Let's look around so we're close to cars and we can just get home. This is all on I think this should be all on the adults that were in this thing. The adults that were rescued need to, I stroke a check to the sheriff's department, whatever it is. They better show up hat in hand or 12-pack and a bottle of wine in hand to these kids' parents. Say, yeah, sorry, we really didn't pay attention. And if they're the parents, don't even get me started. Look, I'm a complete screw up as a parent. We all are. As much as we try to screw our kids up, they usually turn out okay. It's shocking. It really is. As crazy as my parents were, I think I turned out mildly well adjusted. And geocaching is still a thing, Eddie. I'm telling you. Yeah, it is. Geocaching, it's a big deal. They have geocaching conferences. It's a big thing. And oh, by the way, if you do the Yarnell Trail, yeah, feel free to bring anything you want to maybe leave behind for at the firefighters memorial, stuff like that. A lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of people bring up some cool stuff, challenge coins and all that stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. But I didn't even know when you went geocaching, you were supposed to bring something to leave in the box. I thought I was just looking for goodies. But a cool thing to do for the kids. Mm-hmm. Yes, of course, water flows downhill, Lynn. That's what I was saying. If you get in the high country, you get rain, it's flowing downhill. There's a lot of other things that roll downhill, if you know what I'm saying. In the corporate world. So anyway, but in Oregon, that's where you look. There has to have been something that they knew or should have been doing more research. And hopefully everybody's okay. Everybody gets taught a lesson. These kids probably scared out of their minds. Those kids might even become survivalists, like naturalists, like, oh, this is kind of cool. I like being out here, and we had to kind of fend for ourselves. Here's the gig. Goes down to those dang blisters. Telling you. This is another thing. You got to understand, if you take kids out anywhere, most likely their parents don't know what we know. Do you ever go on a big hunt in new hiking boots? If you do, it's going to be a short big hunt because you are going to have blisters like mad. You got to break those things in weeks in advance. And I mean, put some miles on these damn things. I just got water shoes because we're doing the what do you call that? The Havasupai. And I just got water shoes, the Merrells, like they're shoes. I don't like sandals. Like what was it that Slavo was saying? And my girlfriend is all talking about what are they called? Chacos. I don't think I've ever seen an uglier piece of footwear. And I'm not like some fashionista. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing a dang Miller High Life shirt. I'm not a fashionista. But I don't like, those things are just hideous. And so I don't like the whole Teva kind of vibe. I don't like that that look. So I just got kind of shoes that are just draining shoes, that are water shoes meant to be in water. I've got to put miles on in these things. I got to find out where the rub points are. I got to find out if those rub points are break-inable or I need to put some padding there, a Band-Aid, whatever it is. Because I got to be ready. I'm not going to go down and have supine and have to get a helicopter out. No way in hell. Not doing it. Because remember, if you know me, 11 years we've been doing this. I've said it several times. My father made me commit after years in the aerospace industry. He said, don't get in a helicopter. I mean, obviously, if my life's on the line and I can't get out of a spot, and I'm not going to sit around for days and wait for a blister to heal and then get out of there. But there's times where I can You can tough it up, Buttercup, and just deal with the pain of a blister. And it's just, oh, it hurts and it's grind, it's bleeding, it sucks, it's not fun. You can handle that. Kids can't. Kids just can't. And so the kids probably got sent out from their parents like, oh, they're going on a nature hike. This is so great. They're going to go all these miles and they're going to learn so much stuff. And they're going to have a great time. And they're going to put on a lot of steps and they're going to get some physical fitness. It's going to be great. I bought them new shoes for it. Nope. And that just comes out in the letter, like, here, sign the waiver. And by the way, hopefully your kids have some grimy old tennis shoes that they can use, something with some good tread on them. You don't have to get them hiking boots, but still, we don't want these kids dealing with what we deal with when we're bozos and we forget to break in our hunting boots and break in our shoes. You've tried hunting in cowboy type boots the first day. Something, Scotty, I bird hunt in my normal boots, my Ariats or the Tacovas or whatever. I'll hunt in those and bird hunt. You're not putting on a lot of miles. You're just kind of roaming around, romping around. If I'm hunting with Boba, Boba hunts in second gear. He doesn't sprint. He doesn't run fast. So I don't have to really get anything like that. But something I'll tell you, I'm ready to upgrade or just get a new pair. But my last set of Danner pronghorns, then fantastic. I see nothing wrong with those boots. They're on the kind of lower end on the price scale, and I know it's still a couple hundred, $180 or something like that. Still a good amount for any kind of footwear. But I'm telling you, they've lasted me years and years, probably 8 years, and I have nothing wrong with them. Like, I have no reason to go look at other boots. There's Slavo's trying to get me onto some other boot. I don't even know the name of it. I didn't even recognize the brand, but he's like, it's going to be the best thing you ever had. But I'm like, why do I need to? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why do I have to keep? Why do I have to go do that? Yeah. So breaking your footwear, even the water shoes, your what do you call those? I keep forgetting the name. Chacos. Breaking those before you do these big hikes, especially if you're going to be in harm's way, or at least the potential is there for you to have an extended stay, an unintentional extended stay. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This is the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a galaxy that we live in. We'll just keep changing words in there. I did miss Earth Day. Yeah. And how do I know? Because insufferable people on social media taught me that I missed Earth Day. It's not on my calendar. I'm sure it is somewhere. The iPhones have every holiday ever created and made up on the calendar, but I didn't look at that. So I didn't know it's Earth Day until I got these dang posters. But Earth Day's every day for this girl. Ding. Okay. Stop. Earth Day's every day when you're out on the trail. Nope. You see, I always thought of Earth Day kind of as a, you're welcome. I know y'all want to say thank you to all the outdoors men and women in the world. I thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. All right. I don't need you to thank me, but you should probably go thank someone else. That's pretty cool for being outdoors, because we fund conservation. We fund outdoor recreation, outdoor conservation, wildlife conservation. We fund that. Outdoors men and women, period. There is barely any other source of funding. I'm talking about, when I talk outdoors men and women, I'm talking about those in the shooting sports as well, because obviously firearms and ammunition is one of the OG. Those are the first two that had the 11% excise tax placed on them to fund conservation. And so we do that. So when you're out there on the hiking trail and you're seeing all the beautiful hedgehog cactus with their blooms, and you're seeing all these cool wildlife and little snakes and all the cool coyotes running around, that's funded by us. That's there because we're here. That's there because we fund the Arizona Game and Fish Department. That's there because we buy tickets. Tickets. Get your ticket hit. Nope. Let me get some coffee here. Holy mackerel, Michael. Here we go. All right. Tags. There we go. And licenses. And the bozo stupid mangy poachers, the fines that are along on those as well. And we'll have another example tomorrow, the just absolute asinine. Maybe not tomorrow. I think we might talk about horses tomorrow. Feral horses. Friday we might talk about another stupid mangy poacher and the lame fine that he got. Absolutely lame fine. Doesn't even make any sense to me, but there it is. Anyway, back to Earth Day. then it gets hijacked instead of, the deer hunters always want to come in there. Elk hunters want to come in there. I'm an elk hunter. I fund conservation. Yes, you do. So take a bow. Great job. Love it. But if you are just any kind of outdoors men and women, you participate in the system. You have been charged an 11% excise tax on anything that you've purchased. Guess what? Earth Day's your day. Take a bow. You've done good. High five somebody else has done it. And if you don't, and if you're just a hiker, or if you're just a nature watcher, guess what? High five somebody's an outdoorsman. Thank them. If you're a vegan, thank an outdoorsman on Earth Day. Just saying. And there's got to be rules, because social media was just insufferable with this whole stuff. And I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. I only saw that. I saw a couple of deer hunter and deer organizations. Saw a couple of elk organizations say, we're the ones that fund Earth Day and all that stuff. But that's really a post. The post that I saw was Earth Day's every day for this girl. I was on, just pictures of them hiking like 2 years ago, but they're Earth Day's every day, heart. That's all it is. Earth is for everyone. I do understand that. Earth is for everyone, but somebody's got to pay the bills. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to conservation and our outdoor way of life, somebody got to pay the bills. Somebody's got to pay to have these species regulated and healthy populations and animals brought back from the brink of extinction. And somebody's got to pay to keep up with, let's face it, us. I think Lynn will agree with me on this. You got to keep up with us. We are expanding. We are growing. We're not getting less in population. We're not decreasing in size. So there's somebody's got to fund those efforts to stay on top of that, to stay ahead of the wave. And that's where it comes from. So maybe on Earth Day, maybe we just celebrate as outdoor men, women, just putting up the picture I love to post of Teddy Roosevelt and John Muir going camping together. It's like, here you go. This is why we have Earth Day right here. United States leading the charge, and these two guys led the United States charge. So, or just a Pittman Robertson or a North American Model of Wildlife Conservation, something like that. But then the insufferable posters come along, and they've got to do that. Can we have a couple of rules? Can I just establish a rule? I would like to. Can we establish a rule as let's start with men. As men, can we really get after this here and just eliminate this from all possibility? If you take a picture to post on social media of your janky man feet and with a beach or something in the background said, "This is my office today." That "this is my office today" post is wildly insufferable, is absolutely crazy. Don't just stop, because whatever. That's just why didn't you just walk up to your buddies and just punch them in the face? And then I don't need to see your janky man feet. Ladies, go bat your way. Do your thing. Don't worry about that. Get them nails done and show them we don't care. It's beautiful feet. But men don't. There should be something on the phone, some sort of filter on the phone, that if a man if it's a man's phone, it just can't take a picture of any foot. It recognizes it and it goes, we're not letting you. Google did this a while back. They called it Google goggles. Like if you're typing like you're drunk, they'll ask you. It was an alert sign. It was a while ago. I don't know if they still have it, but they'll say, "Are you sure you want to send this?" It seems a bit aggressive. There's a lot of all caps and exclamation points, and the sentences don't make sense. Yeah. So you might be drunk. So your phone should go, "You sure you want to send this? You want to post this, dude?" At your feet. Yeah, men should not post pictures of their feet. Can we just we're all with that? And let's just stay with, this is my office for the week. Let's just stay away from that one as well. If you got you up there, it's day one of the season. This is my office for the week. Knock an elk down and post that. You don't need to put this. Oh, what's Tequila Jim? Tequila Jim, fresh off the Meat Eater event last night. How was that, buddy? I bet you a lot of money if we. Oh, here he goes. See? Too soon, Jim. Too soon. Bringing up auction tags. Too soon, buddy. By the way, the auction tags are still going on. Auction tags are a 2-year season. So after this season is over, then they can't be around for auction, at least. They'll be around. The tags will be there, but not for auction. Mm-hmm. Jim got a picture last night with the Latvian eagle, Giannis Patelis from Meat Eater. And I sent it to my daughter, intern Beans, and she just lost her mind. She's like, she loves that man. She loves that man. Yeah, she fired up about that. So hope it was a good event last night. That cookbook looks pretty impressive. I'll probably just get that. But I'm not honest. In our outdoor world, we have to be straight with each other. We got to be straight. There's things that are expensive. Some things that are just priced out of the market. And I have a lot of expensive gear. And so I'm guilty of this. I'm not saying like, oh, you people that buy the, whatever pattern or whatever, trailer, whatever. I'm proud of you for doing that. Great job. But there's some things like that meat eater event. And I think I bet they were very cool dudes. I can't wait to, I'll chat with you after the show and we'll talk about it. But the tickets were expensive. And I was like, wow. I don't know. I mean, Jim had the experience where you get to go meet them and do all that and take pictures with them. And that's pretty cool. But just go sit and watch somebody talk. That is not me. I'll watch his show all day long. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, Lynn, feral horses tomorrow, maybe. I got to get John Colazar, one of the leads of the lawsuit, on. And if John wants to come on, then we'll make it happen. So yeah, the feral horses thing is just absolutely bananas. What you don't know about the feral horses it's blinding. There's so much more than, oh, they're just down there at the Butcher Jones and, oh, look at them on the Gila and nope. Let me tell you something. It is a big issue. So massive lawsuit going on, and somebody's got to get a hold of it. But we'll show you also how that impacts the feral the feral horses impact hunting and tag numbers and all of that. So it's a big circle of life issue. Back to it, men. Stop posting pictures of your feet and saying this is my office for the weekend. We can just end that. If we end that, I think we take the insufferability rating of just at least the male half of social media and drop it down by about 10 points. Yeah. I mean, there's just everything's just insufferable. I think the only more insufferable post, and I'm not kidding, and I'm sorry if you posted this before, the post that's not just thanking people individually for their happy birthday wishes to you. It's the post the next day. I would like to thank everybody for all of the well wishes, my happy birthday wishes yesterday. Can I translate that for you? I know it's an outdoor show, but we're talking about some social media etiquette here. Do you know what that means? I didn't get enough attention yesterday. Somebody give me attention. Yeah. Because that's the only replies on all those posts are, oh, sorry, Mr. Birthday. Oh, was going to call you. Oh, happy belated. Yeah. This is another round of dopamine, please. Yeah. Stop that. Definitely stop that. Having an issue with my son, intern Nuge, and nothing that is really terrible. We can't find this guy's dominant eye, and we're talking about buying firearms. We're talking about buying bows. Are you shooting from the left to the right side? What are you going to shoot for? We can't figure it out. And no, he's not. He's fully functioning, developed brain, not underdeveloped brain. He's 16, but you know what I mean. Like he gets it. Straight A student, honors classes, AP classes. Like he's on the ball. Can't figure out his dominant eye. And I've done every single trick in the book, and I mean every trick in the book, and we just can't figure that out. So if y'all have something that is different than what we always use, let me know. And for those that don't know, dominant eye is super, super important because that's the one you're aiming with. Yeah, I know this. And one of these over there. Yeah. Yeah, there's I know a lot of right-handed people that shoot left-handed. Intern Sarah, my girlfriend, everybody, they shoot from the left side. And they're right-handed because their dominant eye is different. They're left eye dominant. And that's just mind-blowing to me. And I should have known this too. I should have thought, because I thought Nuge was left eye dominant because when he had his little Red Ryder BB gun, he would put his head all the way over the stock and look with his left eye. So I'm like, oh, he's left eye dominant. We'll get that fixed. No big deal. Not fix his eye, but we'll get him some left-handed equipment. And then he said, no, Dad, I'm more comfortable looking at my right eye. And this, by the way, this is taking on from like 8 to 16. So we're 8 years into this, and I still haven't figured it out. But I was reading an article on dominant eye, and I was thinking maybe there's some nugget in here that's going to tell me how to get Nuge handled. And no, there isn't. For most of us that apparently the eyes work well. I mean, he's got colorblind issues, I understand, but I don't think that has anything to do with eye dominance. Here's what you do. You put your hands. The NFL players used to do this all the time. The NFL receivers would put their hands up and they'd link their thumbs, and they would put the palms facing outward. They'd link their thumbs. If you did that like the NFL players used to do that, then you just kind of separate them a little and make a little triangle right there, little opening so you can see through. And you keep both eyes open, arms extended, and you put a focus point, something you want to look at, a candle, it doesn't matter, the TV, whatever it is, a stationary object. And you just slowly work your hands back towards your eyes, and eventually it'll be right on top of your dominant eye. It's probably the easiest way, in my opinion, to find dominant eye, but I've tried 4 different ways to try to find my sons, and I can't. So, ambidextrous, use both eyes, this and that, but I want to find something you can really dial in and hone into. And I don't want to put the money into getting him a bow that's right-handed when he's going to be shooting his cousin's bow, shooting left-handed. Yeah, just it's a thing. Yeah, have kids, they said. It'd be fun, they said. No one ever tested my dominant eye. I just learned how to shoot with right. I assumed I was right-eye dominant. This is my hand. This is the hand. This is the bang bang hook right here on the right hand, and then I'm good. But no one ever did that to me. That's just how I learned. You see some people that just refuse. They're like, I'm not going to do the whole dominant eye thing. I'm like, well, Lynn, if you only have one eye, champ, then that's easy. Then you found your dominant eye. You don't even have to look at it. Oh man, see. Then we got my buddy Dan Ferraro, the blind hunter, and he's like, I dominant eye. What are you talking about? I went up to, I love Dan. I went up to Dan, and the cool thing I love about Dan is Dan can take the ribbing. Dan is an outdoorsman. Dan understands we just all punk each other. It's just saying, obviously Lynn gets it too. That we just punk each other. And I walked up to him at the expo, at the Game and Fish Expo, and he was doing something, and he was kind of closing his eyes and kind of feeling it. I'm like, does it help if your eyes are closed when you're blind? He's like, oh, I think I know who I'm talking to. Yes, it was me. Yeah. Sometimes eyes don't work together. It is just a thing, but you do want to pay attention to these things as you're bringing the kids up. If you want to introduce your kids into shooting sports, whether it's firearms or whether it's archery, that's step 1. And I did not know that was step 1. I just thought Nuge was just kind of, not all there when he was just leaning his head over I'm like, son, that's not how you get it right here. He's like, okay. And then he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And then I take him out to the range. I take him to the range before his bison hunt this year. And he still can't hit the broadside of a barn, running through ammo, not cheap ammo. I'm like, oh man. So when we went up on the hunt, I was backing him up. I thought we've got to be able to put this thing down. I don't even know if he's going to be able to hit this thing. Noach dropped it in one shot. Drop. Like probably the most ethical shot I have seen. Like that's what you dream of, that it just drops for several reasons. One is the most important, obviously, is the animal not suffering. Second is I don't like to track. I'm not going to chase anything. I don't want to chase anything at all. So he just dropped that thing just straight down. Boom, done, over. We can talk about archery maybe a little bit this week too, because this week is almost over. My gosh, it's Wednesday. See, thought I forgot it's Earth Day. Every day's Earth Day. Bing. I think it's still Monday, but yeah. So maybe we'll talk about archery next week. Maybe we'll have Slavo on talk to us about that. Maybe have Jim talk about competition shooting. Whatever. We'll work it out. We'll have everybody on. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I am going to do my darndest to get Mr. John Colazar on the program tomorrow, and he's going to talk about the problem, the very big, very real problem of feral horses in the state of Arizona, and how is it impacting not only conservation, how is it impacting hunting, how is it impacting our outdoor way of life, and all of name it. It just keeps going on and on and on. Even the systems we have in place to help maintain healthy populations of animals, the horses are destroying. They just are, or monopolizing. So we'll fill you in on that. How about that? Let's do it tomorrow again at 11 o'clock. Shall we, team? Thanks for playing along. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for playing.